All right, welcome back to the Dog Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Wright, aka Big C Dog. We are fortunate enough to have a DMV legend, a Hoya legend, a 10-year NBA vet. Correct me if I'm wrong. A 10-year NBA vet goes by the name JYD, aka Junkyard Dog, aka Jerome Williams. How you doing? How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. See, dog, I'm in the house, you know what I mean? The only thing I got to correct was 9-year NBA vet and 1-year Big 3 vet. So it's 10 years total, though. See, 10 years total.
Okay, I like it. Okay, yeah, man, how you feeling? How's everything going? Where you at? You know, what you got going on?
Man, see, I stay with this game. I'm out here, in Vegas, holding it down. We got a lot going on out here. I'm in the lab right now in the Las Vegas Basketball Center. You see the Junkyard Dog up there, right there. You see it. It's going there. I keep the kids, engaged. So it's all about, the next generation. So I'm constantly doing different things for the NBA, for the New York Knicks, Raptors, whomever it may be. Outside of that, just building, man. It's all about building for, the next group, the next kids coming in, and how you do that is you have to lead. So, I'm having a good time doing all that.
That's good, man. We always love when we can talk to, our fellow native Washingtonians or guys from the DMV.
That's it.
So if you can elaborate to us, just to give us some backstory for us, what it was like for you in the time when you were coming up as a high schooler and as a youngin' growing up in our community, and what type of impact the basketball world had on you at that time?
Man, the best part about basketball and the DMV back when I was coming up was that the AAU circuit really hadn't hit yet. The circuit that I grew up in was about the street game. Right. It was about, playing on the playground.
Right.
So that's where, you really went to get your credibility stamped. Right. So it's cool to be recruited by whoever. Right. But if the streets don't stamp you, we don't care where you're going to school. Because you're going to still sit on this pine when you get out here, because you obviously need to go to that school to learn how to hoop.
Yeah, for sure.
It was in reverse, right?
Yeah, and that's funny, and that's crazy that you mentioned that, because at PG County in the Water, we had this phone call, the PG County document. We had this big Zoom call with a lot of former guys from the DMV, and they were talking about, how they had us in my era, Quinn Cook, Kevin Durant, these guys, Victor Oladipo, they had us. We're all in the gym. We were all in the gym. They said, y'all missed, and we only caught a little bit of it. You missed the culture that was before you of getting your name and figuring everything out in the street, and figuring out in the street ball. That's how you got your credibility. For you to say that just validates that statement 100%, because it's a funny statement and it's a funny thing. I don't even know if you remember this. I'll be interested to see if you do. But I came and played at your house.
Man, I don't even remember.
That's what I'm saying. I came and played at your house. You used to have these games on like a weekend, and you used to invite everybody over in the backyard or something. I remember vaguely, and we used to go at it. And we used to go at it. I was little. I was maybe 13, 12, something like that. For real. I was in your backyard hooping. You, Ennis Watley was out there. A couple other guys. So So when you say that, it does resonate with me, because that was something that you continue to do throughout,
That's right.
Do you think in this era that kids are missing that, or kids need that, or you think it's just a total different game and different times call for different, things?
Well, I think like you said, different times call for different eras. I'm not one of them, I call them grumpy old men. Like basically, all they talk about is the old school and how we used to do it. I'm not like that. I love the fact that kids are in the gym now. They're doing different things. They're learning different. I just wish that the coaching was better.
Right.
Because I didn't get coaching. So I was like, well, what did I miss? Right. I made it without any coaching. So obviously I was doing something, learning something on my own in the streets and what the street was giving. but I was being coded by the streets. And the street code was, hey, if you can stay on the court the longest,
right,
and you tell them when you going home because you can't be beat, well, you a dog. That's
right.
you on legendary status. You come to the court, they pick you up, you win till you get tired, and you say,
right.
you know what, I'm done, let somebody else play. That's a G. That's where we was trying to be. That's where we were like, dang, if I could get to that status, I'm good. So
I like
that's
that.
what I was working towards. So now these kids today, you know, it's different, right? You know, you're working for something different. You working for likes, you working for highlights, you working for, you know, mixtapes.
Yeah.
You know, man, I can only imagine, okay? I can only imagine if I had mixtapes out on what I was doing back in the day.
Man.
I mean, I was like,
you might be out of there after high school, bro. It's, with all the athleticism and oh man, it'd have been crazy.
It would have been crazy. So I'm like, thank the Lord if this wasn't around, because I probably wouldn't be who I am, right? I'd probably be somebody different because of what happened.
Right.
And we, you know, we were on some. I mean, well, I speak for myself. I was on some other stuff.
Right.
Because my dad grew up in DC.
Right.
He was a playground legend.
Okay.
He didn't make the NBA, but everybody treated him like he played in the NBA. So that's all I knew. So when we went to the park together, it was like, oh, you J-Dub, son? Let's go. Let's bump. We know what you're bringing. So it was like, on me, it was like a status of, man, I got to get to where my dad is. I got to make sure I'm taking care of this name. Like, so on the street, like, I didn't care about the NBA or nothing. If I couldn't get to the court, hold it down, like, we were going to have like a 4, 5, 6, 7 hour conversation after the games of what I wasn't doing. I didn't want to hear all that.
Right.
so like, I grew up.
You wasn't
like,
trying to go that route.
It's tight, right?
Right.
So it's funny because, you know, so I don't make it, right, out of high school. And out of high school, you know, I had my come to Jesus moment, Chris. Had my come to Jesus moment. Yeah. I was 6'2", right? And my brother, he had been dunking since the 9th grade. I still wasn't even dunking as a senior in high school. So I had to come to Jesus moment.
Older brother?
My older brother.
Okay.
He was 1 year older than my younger brother. He was like 10 years, he was like your age.
Okay.
So my older brother, I was like, man, he been dunking since 360 windmilling since 9th grade. What's wrong with me?
Right.
So I had to talk to the Lord about it. I was like, Lord, listen, I'm the one. I'm the one. And I said, and you not helping me, and I need your help. And I said, I need these 7 inches, right? You give me these 7 inches, I can do what I'm meant to do. But listen, I need these 7 inches.
So that's funny you say that. Me and the Lord had a little different conversation. And my conversation went as such.
Okay.
My brother is 6'2", right? Older brother, he's 4 years older. My pops is 6 feet. My mom is 5'7". My grandpa's like 5'9". Everybody else like 5'9". And, you know, so everybody else is kind of short. You know what I'm saying? I used to pray. I used to be like, Lord, this when I had my moment. This is when I was about 7th grade, 8th grade. I was like, Lord, I will never complain again. I will never have any issues. If you just allow me to get to 6 feet, that's all I'm saying.
Man, look, hey, are you 6 feet?
I'm good. I'm 6'1", and I thank you, and I'm good. I just never. It was a personal thing for me. I did not want to be a guy that was not 6. I did not want to have the 5 attached to my name. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was outlandish to think I'm gonna be 6'5", 6'6". I ain't tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I'm 6 feet.
Man, and see, look, look. I'm glad you had your testimony within that, because I was like, dog, I need 6'9".
Right.
I can't do this unless I'm 6'9". Like, I was like, I want to be able to jump like Dominique and Mike, but I gotta be able to have handles like Magic.
Oh man.
That's what I told him.
Oh man.
So I said, I got handles, Lord. You know, I've been working on my stock, but I need 6'9" attached to the handle.
And what do you say back to you?
7 inches later that summer, I'm 6'9".
Okay, then talk about it. Talk about it. You came back.
Man, Chris, when I tell you that the streets was hot, bro, this is how the streets was talking. Yo, have you played against Jerome Williams? And they're like, bro, yeah, man, we killing him. They're like, nah, bro. I'm talking about this, like, within the last 3 months. Ooh. They're like, nah, why? What's up? They like, you need to go check him out because he's gonna be down the street.
So how old were you at this time? How old are you?
I'm 18.
You 18.
I'm 18. I grew 7 inches that summer. So like 18 and a half, I'm 6'9", but 18 when I graduated, I was 6'2".
So you didn't go directly to Georgetown?
Heck no, I ain't had no scholarships, bro. That's why I had to pray. I was stuck. I was stuck like Chuck. I was like, oh, I see I don't have the tools I need to do what I need to do. So I had to come to Jesus. I was like, Jesus, listen, I need this 6'9". You give me that, I'll be able to do what I need to do.
100%.
7 inches later, now they like, who is this kid?
Right.
We ain't never seen him.
Right.
Well, you saw me. I was just 6'2" when you saw me.
Right.
Now I'm 6'9", and it's a whole different ball of wax. Right. And I was out there waxing everybody. I was looking for Grant Hill. I was looking for Walt Williams. I was looking for killers. Tony Massenberg. If you was in the DMV,
you wanted all the smoke.
I knew about you, and you was 6. If you was 6'7" or up, I wanted to smoke. I ain't want nobody short. I wasn't looking for nobody under 6'6". That's why I just named the names I just named.
Right. Man, you making me want to go to the gym right now, boy. That's the type of thing I like.
Because they know. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I'm still looking for. I got the weight vest on, bro. I don't know if you can see me right now, but I'm look. Don't make me come open up this door because I'm in the lab.
Go.
I'm about this smoke.
You about it?
This smoke.
Yeah. I like it.
The block is hot. You in JYD
so,
land. Look, you don't get your name on the wall. You don't get these dunks and everything popping with your picture in the back with balls squished up and the smile, the headband and junkyard up top. You don't get none of that, man. They don't want that smoke, Chris. Chris. I stay on lit because that's all I know, man.
Nah, I love it, man. I love it. This is what I've been wanting. This is what I've been wanting. So now I figured this out. Now you figuring yourself out. The Lord has answered your prayers.
That's it.
You got what you want. He's rewarded you. And now, why do you choose Georgetown?
Oh man, listen. When I saw Georgetown back in the day, I was. First, there's a couple layers to this. First and foremost, I was born at Georgetown University Hospital.
Okay.
I was born in D.C. I tell people all the time, I was born in D.C. Man, you grew up in Maryland, right? Listen, I was born in D.C.
Right.
So you can only claim it if you claim. Where we from? You was born at Shady Grove Hospital. That's Maryland.
Right.
I was born in D.C. At Georgetown. Those are just facts. My grandparents lived in Northeast Washington. That's where I grew up. And then my family, we lived in Maryland, which is like Rockville. So birth certificate.
Right.
So my birth certificate, since I've been a little kid, I saw Georgetown University Hospital. Like, then as I got older, I'm like, when I got to Georgetown, they hired Coach Thompson in 1973. The same year I was born there.
Okay.
So that, I mean, you start putting 2 and 2 together, the kid, you're like, oh, that's a cool school. Next thing I know, I'm thinking it's a black school.
Right.
I thought it was an all-black school growing up. I never knew.
Right.
And then
just like me. And listen, man, and that's so true. I ain't know. I thought I used to watch games. If I'm watching y'all play at Georgetown, I'm watching Kentucky play, I'm watching Carolina, Duke. I thought those were all black schools. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because that's all I saw on the court.
Yep. So back in the day, in our time, it was Georgetown was like a HBCU to us. So to me, it was an HBCU. Right. So I supported them based on the other teams had, you know, a mix of kids, but they wasn't definitely all black.
Right.
So I watched and cheered for them. Next thing you know, I'm cheering for Patrick Ewing. I'm cheering for Alonzo Mourning and Dikembe. And that's just the way I grew up. So it wasn't really a hometown thing. It was just sort of like one of the things where, first of all, it was all black school, and I thought because of that. Then it was because I was also born there, so I was like, shoot, I got to cheer for my home team. So when Coach Thompson recruited me from the playground, he did not recruit me from a gym, from a school. This man came and watched me play pickup ball and offered me a scholarship off of pickup. It just so happened that I had good enough grades to get into Georgetown. So I was, you know, once I set
you got offered off a pickup game.
Off of a pickup game.
What you was doing in this pickup game?
Bro, I'm trying to tell you the smoke. If you listen, I told the names and I'm saying it on camera because they know.
We need to hear them again. What's the names?
Yep. Walt Williams, Grant Hill, and Tony Massenberg.
He want all the smoke.
I want the smoke. And
I'm riding with my dog. I'm riding with big dog JYD on this one too, because he wants all the smoke, and I'm with it.
I want the smoke. So I was like, bro, where they at? If you see them, tell them I'm going to be here.
Right.
If you catch them, call me. I'll go to them.
Right.
So however we got to do it, I'm down. I want the smoke. If you 6'6" and up, let's get it. What can you do?
So look, I'm asking, so you go off in this pickup game, right?
Full court, 1-on-1. That's the smoke we talking.
Full court 1-on-1?
Full court 1-on-1.
Wow, that's the smoke you want.
I
don't know if Grant Hill, Walt Williams, or Massenberg is trying to do that. I think they want to do check it up at the top of the key, 3 dribbles. I'm just being honest with you. I don't think they're going baseline with you, dog. I just don't see it happen.
2 out of 3 of them I tracked down for this full court 1-on-1 game. 2 out of 3 of them. They know who got caught. I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. So the rest of the other one found out. The other 2 went down and said, you know what, Jay, I'm good. Let's just keep running this 5-on-5. Okay, cool. We'll run that back too. We'll run that back. But this smoke right here.
Right.
You know, 100%. You know that Kevin Garnett video where he's playing Vince Carter.
Yeah, the video where he playing all of them in the game and keep building up.
Kid, I don't know. Players, that's all. Yep. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So moving forward, I'm playing basketball on the streets because I'm not, you know, I wasn't in high school where I could be, you know, on that level. So I had to take mine to the streets. So that's where I was meant to be in my head. And
okay, so let me ask you this: what's the biggest adjustment? What was the biggest adjustment once you got to school? What was the biggest adjustment for you in terms of going from playing street ball, playing at Magruder, because that's where you attended, right? From playing at Magruder to eventually playing in the Big East and playing for John Thompson?
You know what the biggest adjustment was actually just, you know, playing with a Hall of Fame talent, a future Hall of Fame talent like Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
That was the biggest adjustment because, you know, from a standpoint of where I was kind of my trajectory as a ball player, if you think about the names I just mentioned in my smoke campaign that I beat, where their careers went, you know, if we just talk Grant Hill and Walt Williams, I beat both of them.
He got him out of there.
Let me just put that. I beat both of them. So if you look at their trajectory, both of them were what? 3/4 small forwards who could shoot, dribble, penetrate, who had handles, who you could not guard.
Massenberg, a big boy.
Mass, big boy. He was doing something down low, right? And had the mid-range jumper. Handles wasn't there. That's why he understood he wasn't ready for this smoke.
He ain't had the hand.
He wasn't dealing with this smoke.
Right.
He ain't had them handles. That's why his socks never went above his calves, right? Me and Walt had the joints all the way up to the kneecap.
He did have a kneecap.
And everybody from the DMV know what that means. If you
and the
got
headband.
up to the kneecap, you about to hit somebody with something he don't want to be hit with. So
right.
That's what we had. And at the point where I was at Georgetown, Coach Thompson was bringing me in as a point guard, 6'9". At the summer league, at the Kenner League, that whole summer, when I had signed with them, I was the Kenner League MVP, averaging almost a triple dub.
Damn.
With 20 points a game, over 10 rebounds, and almost 8 assists a game.
Right.
So playoffs come, and you know how the Kenner League is in playoffs.
Get live on playoff time.
It's all the way live, right?
Right.
So that day at class, you know, they said, "Hey, yo, you hear the news? No, what's up? Allen Iverson's gonna play in his first game back from 2 years of being in jail. He gonna play with y'all tonight with the Tombs." I'm like,
went off. You know how many times I watched that game?
Bro, he was like, so I'm saying to myself, this dude, Allen Iverson's playing with us? So I'm gonna tell you this story. I've never seen Allen Iverson. I don't know what he looks like, who he is, what. I couldn't tell you nothing. I'm in class. I'm like, as soon as this class break, I'm going down to the gym. They said he was down there in the gym. But I'm hearing jumps from the foul line, you know, does all these crazy things.
Right.
So in my mind.
Oh, man, the connection is going in and out.
Like, I'm thinking.
Hold on, Rome. Hold on, the connection is terrible. It's all the way
I'm in the gym.
So, yeah, you were saying about AI?
Yeah, so I come in the gym.
Right.
I come in the gym looking for AI. And I passed by him like 2-3 times. So finally, you know, I done looked and I'm like, maybe he's sitting down in a corner or something. Done it, you know what I mean? You know how the gym is. So I was like, maybe so I come by and he looks at me. I say, yo, I'm looking for Allen Iverson. You seen him? So he's like, yo, I'm AI.
Right.
I said, nah, bro, I ain't playing with you right now. Yo, if you see him, tell him JYD, you know, Jerome Williams is looking for him, whatever. He's like, yo, I'm Allen Iverson. And I was like, what? I was like, you? I was like, all right, then. All right, bro, I'll see you. You know, we going to play tonight or whatever. You know, I'll see you back at the gym at 5, right?
Right.
Man, I leave the gym like, man, these dudes, everybody's smoking crack. This dude ain't jumping from the foul line, and he daggone sure ain't doing what everybody's saying he's doing.
Right.
So I get back now. Okay, so game's at 7, right? I'm like, yo, I'm at the gym at 5, right? Ready to kind of get warmed up, you know, get the whoop-de-whoop now.
Right.
I get there 5. The parking lot 5. That's I get McDonald's, and I'm what in the world? Like what? I'm like, ain't usually this height, you know, it's gonna get there, but it ain't usually this height yet. Bro,
Right.
when I tell you, you already have seen the tape, so you already know there wasn't no room to sit, stand, nothing.
Nowhere.
But we in the locker room now, and AI, we talking, we trying to get to know each other's teammates, and he's telling me, yo, I've been in jail, I haven't played in 2 years. I'm like, you haven't touched the ball? And he like, I'm so hyped, I'm gonna jump out the gym. And I said, okay. I'm just taking all this in. I'm like, just, you know, I don't know him, right? I ain't never played with him. All I know is the streets, what we've been talking about.
Right.
So I already know what I've been doing this whole summer. Here you are coming up, you know, and you know, 5'11", you know, a buck 5 pounds. I'm like, bro, okay, I feel you, but you know, I'm interested to see if all this is gonna come to fruition.
Right.
So in layup lines, I'm like, you know, he's shooting, he's, you know, scoring. He had the swag. He's swag on level 250. So I'm like, all right, I'm feeling young fella. I'm like, okay, man, might got something. I don't know. We check this ball up. We getting ready to find out, right?
Right.
So we win the tip. I get the ball. Here you go. Here you go. Well, I know you ain't played in a minute. Here you go, young fella, right? He comes across half court, and you know this, pulls up right after half court, and the crowd's like, whoa.
Right. Oh man, hold up.
Like, at a half court, and you make it. So it's interesting. We come back. Now I'm like, okay, we play defense, get a stop. I'm like, okay, I get the rebound. AI, he grabs the hand and pulls up. Crowd goes crazy. I was like, oh, that's his range? Oh, it's getting to be on now then. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? 1 for 2. I'm like, this boy done just pulled up from the same spot and got buckets. I'm like, okay.
All right.
This is going to be interesting. So now I'm like, well, what else can he do? That was my mentality from now on out. What else can he do? So I keep giving him the ball.
Oh man. This is tripping.
Also over here between the legs there. Look behind. What else can he do?
Hold on, the screen froze on me again. I don't know what's up, man.
In the back, attack the rim, lay up. Like, bro, I was like,
yeah.
so you know what happened is, right? It's like all this. It was bananas, and from that, I was like, at the end of the day, this kid is special,
right?
And I ain't even gonna lie to you. I had to make adjustments,
right? And that was tough.
You know what? It wasn't tough just from the mere fact that you know, growing up in the DMV,
it's a lot of players.
You know, I had to, you know, in order to get, I had to work. You know, I had to work jobs.
Okay, you had to work jobs,
right? And meaning to be successful.
Dang. Hold up.
Hey man, what's going on is we hitting them with this hot sauce and everything's fire. So they trying to mess up your internet connection.
They trying to mess it up.
The story's on fire right now. And they know you get ready to get hit with all these. Won't happen. We still gonna be flowing.
I feel you, bro. I ain't never had the issue like this, and the stories is flowing. That's why it's pissed me off. I'm like, yo, he's telling some gems right now, and I can't get it. God, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you tell them, man, they know that the viewership getting ready to hit you up.
Yeah, man.
They getting ready to put a stop to your situation. That's all. That's all good. People gonna be tuning in.
Right.
It's the show. You got to know what's happening. So this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm watching this.
Right.
And this man. That's why I started. I'm a businessman. So I'm saying to myself, okay, well, there's a couple ways you can go about this situation, doing what you've been doing. You know what I mean? You can sit back and be of assistance. This man and that, you know, I need to less opportunity, give him more opportunities was going to be something not to see, but also another area of my game.
Right. Hold on. I'm trying to see what's up. This shit is.
And we back.
Yeah, I think that might be it. It just keeps showing this shit. I don't know why the joint keep going. I don't know what's going on, bro.
So the main thing that I had to say was this.
Mm-hmm.
I bought into it. I was like, look, this kid is obviously a once in a lifetime kid that can do these things. Right. You know, I had a chance to see him play against Patrick Ewing, Alonzo, Dikembe, while they were getting millions of dollars and they could not stop the kid.
Right.
And I'm saying to myself, okay, well, he obviously can do some things you ain't never seen. So let me just try to be of assistance to him and enhance other parts of my game. And that's where offensive rebounding came in.
Right.
Watching his basketballs go up and figuring out how I could get in there and get the ball back was something I just developed on a whim, because I didn't need to develop that when I was controlling the ball and playing on the streets and doing whatever I wanted to do or shoot whenever I wanted to shoot.
Right.
I didn't have to do that. But now with a guy who wants that take the big shot, wants to take the moment and has the skill sets to do so, I'm like, I just ride this. And that's what I adjusted my game to do. And I had help because Coach Thompson would tell me things like, Jerome, if you just offensive rebound, you're going to make a lot of money. I'd be like, offensive rebound, that's easy. Like, why are people going to pay me to be an offensive rebounder? That's what I would say in my head.
Huh.
I'm like, Coach, that's crazy, but okay, the rebound, fine, that's easy. I'll show you. Like, and he used to tell the team, like, yo, if you can box JYD out, you can keep him off the boards, like, we're going to stop practice.
Right.
And nobody could do it.
Right.
And that's like telling AI, you know, if you can stand in front of my crossover, we're going to stop practice. It
ain't happening.
That wasn't happening. So
it ain't happening.
It was one of those things where I could control. That's right. And I could control practice. So that was
yeah, man. Yeah, that's crazy. And I always wondered.
Yeah, man, I'm a big man. I was like, what I had to do to make money.
Hold on.
Yep, go ahead.
No, I was saying, so for you, so Coach Thompson really kind of implemented into you just the role of just doing everything else. attacking the old boards, being a beast on defense, and really honing in that and really understanding that role and making that role yours. And I think that's something that you can see in your game because you did everything when you was at Georgetown. Yeah, you had a role, you a rebound, but you getting that joint. You was pushing it on the break. You was tipping, you making passes. Your game was a situation where it was well suited for any type of style, any type of flow. Like that's how your game was. And I noticed I'm watching, I'm like, damn, yeah, he pushing that joint, he coming down, he dishing, he finishing. So when he tells you the offensive rebound, I know you like, what do you mean rebound? I can do that, in my sleep. So for me, and hearing that, but you add the dynamic, and then we ain't even talk about Big Page. We ain't even talk about yeah.
We ain't even talking about Big Page.
We ain't even get there. So that's another dynamic of the type of offensive explosive talent that you had on that team. Right. So you really, and then wasn't Othello on your team too?
Man, we had Othello. My junior year, I'm coming in there. We got George Butler, the Big East Player of the Year.
Yep.
And leading scorer.
Right.
With Allen Iverson, with Othello Harrington.
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean? Figure out like, where do I fit in and all this?
Right.
That's what most players are thinking. Like, oh man, ain't gonna be no shots for me. Well, at the end of the day, I'm thinking about all of the skill sets I can bring to the table. I can get it to my man down low. Me and Othello can run. I can hit AI on the wing. I know how to set up George Butler with this screen. Like, that was going through my head. How can I get everybody their shot where they want it? And on top of that, clean up any mess that they create.
Right.
So my mindset was like on like that. So when coach was like, yeah, and on, but you're like the best rebounder, so just go get the ball too. I'm like, well, that's easy. That's easy. He's like, you're gonna make a lot of money just off of that. And I was like, well, that don't even make sense. The league needs you to score and this and that. Well, I get drafted late in the first round. Now I'm behind Grant Hill. Their scorer was, finals MVP Dumars.
So
like,
what was the NBA
said,
like? What was the NBA like at the time that you entered the draft 94, 95? You in the league 95?
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, Grant is in the league for a year or so. What was the league? What was it like at that time? Where was the league at, and how did you find your role? Because you came in, like you said, right after Isaiah just retired a couple years ago. Was Rodman still there? Was Dennis still there?
Yeah, Dennis was still there, but guess what? Dennis was playing for the Bulls. He was with Mike.
Right, so he's with Mike. So I'm saying, but you got
drafted. They were getting ready to start there.
Right, you got drafted to Detroit, right?
That's right.
Right, so you got in there. All these guys are leaving. All this is like exiting, and you coming into a whole new regime. So when you coming into that, and Grant is there, what was that like? What was that experience? How was that transition? Now you go from the street to college basketball. You playing at the highest level with the top tier level of players, and then now you going to league, and you going to a place I'm assuming you've never been before.
That's it. So I'm sitting there like, trying to figure out now how's this gonna work?
Right.
How does the business of basketball work? And I'm learning, same thing like Georgetown. What's your role?
Right.
Like what's your role? But your role now is it's like different what their needs are, right? They need a rebounder, they need this, they need that, they need a shooter, they need a slasher, playmaker, whatever the case may be. Whatever they needed, okay, that's cool. But I was like, I'm trying to figure out basketball though. I said basketball is easy. We came from Georgetown, Coach Thompson. You can't tell me, you can't make me run, more than I've ever run. It's impossible. We already did that at Georgetown. We were picking up 94 feet. You can't tell me what kind of defense to do. I was taught by one of the best defensive coaches out there. Right. You can improve my offense. Yeah, I can say that. But defensively,
you're good.
Rebound, you can't teach me how to do that. I led the Big East in rebound 2 years. Like that. Okay, what else? So my thing was like, teach me what's the basketball thing. How do I make money at basketball? So the Pistons, what happened was there's a code in the NBA. The code is the people that we're going to let stay are the people and players that get drafted that follow the code.
Okay.
If
Players that get drafted, they're going to stay if you follow the code.
Show up 3 hours before practice. If I'm within that, it's a wait and see thing. That's right. So I come in and I'm falling in line with the code. The veterans told me to be there 3 hours before practice. That's what I was doing. So in doing so, they said, no, he's with us. That's what the veterans said. Joe Dumars, Rick Mahorn. So you get guys like that telling the GM and the coach he's with us. Well, guess what? I'm with them. Next thing you know, they gave me this nickname because of hard work, because I was following the code.
So that's where you got your name. You got your name in the league in Detroit.
In the league.
Who gave you the name?
In Detroit. Yep, Rick Mahorn and Grant Long.
Rick Mahorn and Grant Long gave you that name.
My rookie year. Yep, my rookie year, and it was from just following instructions, like not asking no questions. Just you say, do this, I did it. I ain't asked no questions. Wasn't no back talk. Wasn't no, hey, we need donuts. Yep, how many? Where? When you need them? We need a pack of cigarettes. You don't smoke? I ain't say that. I thought it, but where you need them? I went and got them. Like, and you know, we need to hear. Yep. Well, you know, you know, what it was quick. So they were like, dog, this dude's a junkyard dog. He don't questions.
Right.
He does. We need you to do defense. You need to do this. You need to do that. So that's what was happening. So that's where I got my nickname from. And then once, guess what? It started coming, right? Because then the Detroit Pistons started selling junkyard dog hot dogs. They started, selling jerseys and T-shirts with junkyard dog on them. They started having a dog pound section, So like the dog pound and the junkyard, my nickname, started making money for the team, which in turn made them make sure I was going to get out there and play, which in turn allowed me to get minutes, which in turn made fans cheer for me, which in turn, you know how the thing works. You get minutes, well, you can get production. You get production, you won't get paid because they see your production. Bingo. I figured out the business of basketball. It's not just about rebounds and how many you score, how tall you are, how quick, how much you can jump. There's one of them every year. There's 10,000 people that can do what I can do to this day. Yeah. But can you sell a ticket? Can you pump up the crowd, right? In the arena, in boxing and fighting and anything, you got to sell. You got to build
UFC, up the
nobody watching
anticipation.
They want to see, Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
To anticipation. They want to see Mike Tyson. They want to see, what it is you bring to the table that I'm going to pay to see. So, yeah, I dunk like everybody else, but after I dunk it, I'm doing something extra.
Right.
I'm letting you know, don't come in my house again. This is what's going to happen. You're going to see this again every night.
Right.
You saw it on Tuesday, better tune in on Thursday. That's what I'm giving you. So that's what people pay to see. They don't pay just to see this in my sleep.
Right.
Well, we'll way back down, giving some high fives to the crowd. What's going to be lit? That's what the fans want to see. Well, fans pay tickets.
Right.
They get it done.
So you were in Detroit and you obviously you had a connection with the fans, with the media, with you had a whole dog pound section. When they decided to to let go, or I don't know how to sever ties, and you went to Toronto. Why were you so excited to go to Toronto? Because I heard the rumor is that you drove to Toronto from Detroit.
Hey, listen. I was excited for that smoke. I was excited for the smoke, bro. And
right.
that's just the mentality I had. Like, oh, I'm not on your team no more?
Right.
Somebody else want me? Dang, I love y'all. Since he shipped off to someplace else. So the team tells me, hey, man, sorry, there's a snowstorm. We can't send a private jet, but, we can pick you up in the morning. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, I'm about this smoke. What time's practice?
Right.
What time these my new teammates, when they gonna be in the gym? Bet, okay, 9 o'clock? Okay, that means I gotta be there 6. Okay, so my mentality was, smoke.
Right, you ready.
I got a car. So the car thing, getting in the truck and getting to drive and everything else, that's what everybody remembers.
Right.
They don't know my mentality and the smoke and the thing that I was already, that's how I got the
driving
name.
You. That was the intensity. That was the motivation. That was what made you who you are. That's how you got your name. So that name means that name is what you obviously have stuck with it, and it's been a part of you now. Would you say that, right? Obviously.
Yeah. It is, man. That's why you see it in the back of me. Like, it's like, dog, I still got the same mentality. That's like, if you turn on the smoke, I'm getting ready.
Right. No, I feel you. And I wish this joint wasn't
at a practice with these kids and they think, you got to bring the intensity.
Right. No, I wish this joint wasn't messing up, because you giving so much great info right here, and just on the mentality that pro players and just athletes in general need to understand, because that can carry you a long way, much more than you had all the talent, but that can carry you much farther than any talent can ever take you. So for me that means a lot. So I wanted to ask you a few more questions. Can you hear me? And I was just saying, just the overall energy that you portrayed is something that most kids and most individuals don't understand, that's what it takes, more so than talent in a lot of cases, is just the work ethic, and the mindset would take you further in a lot of different places. And so I only got a few more questions for you. One being, what do you say is your most memorable thing, or something that stands out to you most about your NBA career that you had? What is one of your most memorable, proud moments in your NBA basketball career?
One of my proudest moments, man, was Game 6 in the Eastern Conference semifinals, playing against Philadelphia. 2 former Hoyas.
Yep.
Allen Iverson, Dikembe Mutombo.
I'm glued to the television screen.
This is we're in the 4th quarter.
Yep.
Under 6 minutes to play. We're down at home, and we need a spark. We need a huge play. So we have been talking about this during the timeouts, that they were jumping out on Vince Carter after I would make the pass, they were jumping out on him, like double teaming him. Right. So he was like, Rome, you're going to be open to just, sort of pass it, and then instead of coming to set this screen, dive, right? So I'm like, cool. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, if I dive, I just got to jump. Like, don't even just run down the middle and jump, right? So I'm telling myself what I'm going to do already.
Right.
So anyway, we get back in the game, and it's kind of playing, and that particular, it's just a read, right? It's not a play or anything like that. It's a read. So I make the pass. I'm kind of stuck, but then I remember, just go on and dive. And I did it, and he threw the perfect bounce pass.
Right.
I mean, perfect, just boop. And I'm looking at the ball, and I'm like, all I see is daylight.
Right.
I'm like, bro, I'm jumping out the gym right now, right? So
Right.
I grab the ball and I jump. Well, here, as soon as I jump, here comes the Kimbe, and I'm like, here we go.
Meet
Here
me
we
at the
go.
rim then.
Look, finger wag and all, right? So I'm like, so when I jumped, all I saw was like the rim, like eye level. Like I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
But you know how the Kimbe gets away with fouls. Shout out to my homeboy, but he got away with fouls a lot as a defensive player of the year. And like I'm like, okay, here it comes, right? And he hits me, but I still piping on him. Bow! Right? And the ref called foul, and I hit the ground, roll into the crowd, dog pound barking.
Yeah.
And it was crazy, right? And I roll in. By the time I get up, I'm like, yeah, I'm barking. And so the crowd is going bananas.
Right.
And all I could think about was, bro, I can't wait till I get back this summer.
Ooh, he gonna have to hear about this.
All of DC gonna hear about this. He'd always be like, yo, you got Patrick, you got Alonzo, you ain't getting me, JY. You know,
right.
You're wagging me all the time. I like, bro, I got you. And it was an and one. And it was bad. And it was when we was down, and now we win the game because of that momentum.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
It was like they lost their whole life when I dunked on the Kimbe. They was like, Rome just dunked on the Kimbe and won. Right. Even AI was like, oh, shoot, we going to lose this game. Yeah. We might as well go. It was like, I was like, yo, you not coming back from that. You can recover from that if it happens in the first half.
Not under the 6 minute mark in the fourth. It's like, man.
No, man.
And you on the road too?
Man, and they on the road. Man.
Yeah.
You can forget about it, man. I remember driving out the tunnel after the game.
You ever get the picture?
Huh?
You get the picture?
Nah.
Oh.
Nah. I drive out the tunnel. This is like before the internet and all this stuff, man. That's what I'm saying. Like
they had photos back then, bro. This like
look, not on the phone though. Not on the phone. Yeah, you had to have a disposable camera.
Right.
This is in 2000, bro. This is not 2020.
No,
like, I would have been like, I would have had that joker on NBA Live, like my phone, like, I get out the tunnel, me and my wife, and literally it was like 40 fans just jumped on my Hummer and just had the whole truck like just shaking all the way down the street because they was like, oh my God. It was crazy. So that was probably my most memorable moment. Shout out to Dikembe. That's my brother. But I got you. He knows it too because he's heard this story on all the NBA pipelines.
Right. No, that's classic right there, man. And just the fact that it's got another Hoya in the whole thing.
Two of them.
Two legendary
two
Hoyas.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, two legendary Hall of Fame Hoyas, and it just makes it that much more sweeter. So, I mean, you played 9 years professional. You played 9 years professional. And at that time, you did everything. When did you know, or when did you have a feeling that it was time to stop in the league? When did you know it was time to hang them up?
Okay, so I played 9 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was contracted for 12.
That's great.
So I'm in New York. I had just played in my first year with the Knicks.
Okay.
And I kind of came to the realization, this is crazy because in 2005, the salary cap was $98 million for the Knicks.
Wow.
In 2005.
Wow.
What's the salary cap today? Yeah. It's around $90-some million.
Yeah, I was about to say it might be a little less right now.
Right. So in 2005, I'm like, I'm doing the math. And I'm like, this is something about to change. I didn't know what it was going to be. But, the collective body had to make some changes, right? Because this man had money like water, and he was afraid to spend it.
I missed that whole part right there. I missed that whole
It was
part.
like,
It got real dark.
salary cap and 8 years of your NBA career, someone's always fighting. Okay. I said, so in my NBA career, that every team I had been on, they were all battling for that money. Your teammates, you understand that they got to get paid too.
Right.
Well, in New York, everybody got paid already.
Right.
So on my end, I'm like, well, this isn't adding up because everybody's paid, so there's no excuse for us. Right. Why aren't we in the playoffs? Why don't we have, a championship team? The talent is here, right?
Right.
So from that standpoint, I realized from there on, man, something is wrong with this picture because I only know one speed, one pace, one way of playing. And that same love of the game, I need everybody on that same energy. And I felt like, we were kind of, and I said, we were robbing the game and we're not on that level. So I was like, why am I going to keep playing? If I've seen the mountaintop, if I've seen everybody get paid, but yet there's not enough there to get you where you need to be mentally.
So the business of basketball kind of got in the way.
The basketball got in the way, man. So in my lane, I felt like, look, if the basketball gets in the way, I'll remove myself before I disrespect the game. I'm not disrespecting the game.
Right.
And I just took that as 100. And I said, so I took it to the man upstairs. A week later, they had the Allen Houston rule.
Okay.
And Allen Houston was my teammate. They made the rule for him.
What was the Allen Houston rule?
Allen Houston rule was a one-time you could pay anybody on your team their entire salary without it affecting the salary cap.
Okay.
So one-time clause, any team could use it, and then that player could then go and re-sign with any other team for any amount of money.
Right.
So they told Allen Houston, they made a rule for you in the NBA. Here's your money. They owed him $42 million. Allen told him, hey, I appreciate you guys, but I'd be, if possible, would you consider letting me continue to rehab to try to play again? They were like, Allen, no problem. We're doing this because we love you and we want you to, obviously, work in the front office whenever you're ready. Right? Allen Houston still works for the Knicks in the front office to this day.
Right.
So he turns it down.
Right.
I get a call after my prayer. They say, Rome, we gave this rule to Allen Houston. It's his rule. He turned it down. The owner said the only other person he would offer this to on his team at the time was me because of my work ethic and what I brought to the team and the fans.
Wow.
And he said, and this is in no means that they want to get rid of you. So you can still play. Or you can take this and we'll give you any front office job, coaching job you want within the organization.
Oh, wow. They just laid out the red carpet for you.
Exactly. I'm a businessman.
Right.
I said, I accept. They owed me $23 million. I said, thank you for the blessing.
Absolutely.
And then Isaiah said, do you want a front office job or you want to go down to, coaching? What do you want to do? So I said, well, let me think about it. He said, cool. Well, while you thinking about it, we got an office right here, Penn Station at MSG. While you thinking with your name on it. He gave me
Wow.
all town. And I just showed up in that office every day and just sat there and was just looking around, figuring out what I wanted to do. Meanwhile, the Lakers were calling, Milwaukee Bucks were calling, Kobe's team was calling, trying to get me to play.
Right.
The Lakers offered me $25 million off top.
Sheesh.
So I got the 23, and I'm staring at 25 to play with Kobe and some other teams. I turned all that down because I'm a dog and I'm not about ready to disrespect the game. It goes back to what I just said earlier. I had seen $98 million salary cap with everybody. When I say the 15th man was like at his maximum dollar that he's worth, he was getting it. And I didn't see what I needed to see. I ain't see the love. I ain't see the sweat and we getting ready to do whatever it takes. I ain't see it. That's not no knock on none of my teammates because I love them dearly. But what I needed to see when I getting that kind of bread and private jets and all that and the city at your feet, I need to see a little bit more work. I ain't see it. So I said, I'm out. Peace. Thank you. Appreciate you. NBA fans, love everything. I'm getting ready to do something else. And that was
Kobe,
it.
You don't think Kobe Bryant, teaming with Kobe Bryant, that would have reignited that fire? You never. I'm sure you've thought about that because
I thought about it. I mean,
of
obviously, yeah. If I was in a 5-year deal, I would have got some championships with Kobe too, to be exact.
Right.
Yeah, I would have won. Yeah.
Okay.
But
you had it. But you couldn't see it. You couldn't see it.
It wasn't that I didn't see it. It wasn't there for me. It wasn't meant for me because I grew up on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I grew up at Georgetown playing at Madison Square Garden.
Right. That's what you know.
That was my holy grail. The Forum wasn't. Staples Center wasn't.
Right.
I was where I wanted to play. My parents could come up on the train, go back to D.C., easy. Right? I had what I wanted in life. All I wanted to do was bring a championship to New York.
Right.
Or DC. Like, one of the two. I can't do either one. Wizards did. Give a shout out to Wizards. Wizards did offer me a deal too. Right. You know what I'm saying? But nah, if I couldn't bring it to them two cities, it was like, nah, I'm done.
So you decide, and I understand, I respect that. You got to respect that because that means you're purely in it for the love of the game and for the competition and for whatever you came to the game with, you left the same way. And a lot of people that's been in, I'm going in my 10th year as a professional basketball player, and a lot of people lose their aspect and their reality of why they got into this and why they're making money off of this and why they have gotten so good at what they do. I see it. I've been 10 years now,
10 years. You see it, right?
You see people clock in and out because it becomes just a regular job, like a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And
I'm done.
Yeah, and it becomes normal, You see people that don't do anything for the whole summer. They're not in the gym. They're not really training. They come back a little out, not a little out of shape. I'm being nice, but out of shape and not really prepared. And they have early injuries and stuff. You see all that stuff as time goes by. So I completely understand just not want to deal with it because if you have any profession, especially an athletic profession, and you in it for 9, 10 plus years, you have went through every emotion possible.
That's it. That's it. And look, and in my profession, I'm not complacent because the fans know me as Junkyard Dog. They don't know anything else. I can't fake with them. There's no faking it. If they see me faking, they be like, bro, this ain't I get a real nickname or another real nickname that I don't like because of the name that started it all. Right. So the minute I'm not doing that, I'm like, bro, I can't do this. I'm not here to be fake. Like just like now, like I took you outside to the gym. This is not fake. This is not a game. Like, bro, I'm on this to the end of the earth till I can't breathe. I made my prayer. He gave me my 6'9". I'm going to be doing this for life. They be calling me today like, bro, let's go golfing. Golf? Bro, I don't golf. That ain't what I do. I didn't ask the Lord for no chip and a putter and all that. Man, if you know you 47, Rome, you can hoop all your life. Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
Unless he tells me my knees and everything hurt, my back. Nah, why I got this extra weight on my back now? Man,
You still training. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, you
can't let these young pups sneak up on me. Be like, let's get it, old fella. Be like, really? Okay, hold on. Let me take this off real quick, young fella. You must have forgot
right,
who you was talking to. This is Georgetown, baby.
Facts. I like it.
Do.
Facts.
You want some smoke? Okay. Let's get the smoke. You know how we did in the backyard.
Hey, let's get to it.
Hey, look, ain't never gonna be a problem because the same court I had in Maryland, I got 94 feet by 50 right out here in the desert with lights.
Ooh.
So the smoke is ready at any given moment. There's no excuse. Let's get it. What? Okay, where you need to be. I can tell you we can check this ball up right at the crib, right behind me when you ready to get this smoke.
Hey, when I come out to Vegas, man, I'm running up on you, man. When I come out there, I gotta get in the gym with you, man. I gotta get in there, just mess around with you, bro. We gotta start something, man, because I love the energy.
That's it. Let's go, man. Let's go.
So
I try to tell them.
Right. So listen. So now after the game, after you finish in the NBA, you get involved with Basketball Without Borders in a major way, and that becomes something that becomes a part of you and something that you get involved with annually. How did that come about, and how has that progressed for you?
Wow. Well, I can tell you this, man. Being from DC and being from the DMV, I wasn't big on travel.
Okay.
Never was. My mom and dad, they would take me and drive me to all places on the earth for vacation, and I thought I had traveled the globe already.
Right.
And I was cool with taking road trips. That was always fun to me because that's what I grew up doing.
Right.
So the NBA started asking me every summer, hey, can you go to Europe? Yeah, can you go to Africa? Can you go to China? And I'd be like, nah, I'm not good. I'm going to stay right here.
Right.
One summer in 2000, after the Raptors, whatever, they actually talked to my wife. They ain't talked to me. They were like, yeah, we've been trying to contact your husband. We wanted to invite him to this trip. And they were going to Africa or whatever. So they get in touch with her, and she's like, oh, I want to go. And I was like, you want to go? Why? She's like, well, I've never been to Africa and this and that.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I was like, well, the Kimbe goes every year with Patrick and everybody. Well, why don't you go? You Hoy or whatever. And I was like, well, I'll call the Kimbe and tell him. So I called the Kimbe, and I'm like, hey, yo, I'm coming. NBA invited me. He's like, bet, Jay, let's go. So that's really how it started. I started with the Kimbe, helping him with his foundation, going there with the NBA, and being a part of Basketball Without Borders, like you said. And then after I went that 1 year, it was like, everybody was like, man, we love your energy. You got to come back to this one and that. I know I was going to China, right, South America, all the Basketball Without Borders, and I was just a part of that whole, movement from the beginning. And then it, of course, blew up into all this other stuff, and NBA Cares was born and different things. But yeah, man, I was just, happy to kind of be involved, but I had to give credit where credit's due. It was my wife. My wife got me into it. I was cool with just being local, but she saw something bigger, and now, I was on a Zoom call this morning with NBA Africa doing private coaching training, and nice. And yesterday I was on the Zoom call doing training for the kids in New York. So I had all my New York dog pounds still getting trained by the dog, and so and then today I'm on with you, bro. And that's how we get it done. But you gotta know the smoke, bro. You gotta get with this smoke. You can't be just bull jiving, man. I try to tell them all the time, if you gonna come with it, man, bring your best, because we gonna bring our best every day. Like, you know.
And that's funny that you mentioned this. And I was so happy when this was created, the Big Three, man. And I know you've been chopping at the bits to be a part of this and getting that smoke. So please, and I am one of the biggest fans. I don't miss a game a week. I ain't miss nothing. I actually am trying to get involved. Obviously, the COVID happened, so it turned everything upside down. But I'm an Ice Cube fan, first off. So when he got his name attached to anything, I rock with it. And just see all y'all brothers out there hooping again and really going at it, I know you couldn't wait.
Man, brother, I could not wait, man. They, you know, because I retired in 2005, right? And that was all kind of just due to, like, you know, I was stopping, I was disrespecting game, whatever. But it wasn't like I didn't want to hoop.
Right.
I was like, they was like, well, you still hooping? Absolutely. Like, I ain't never gonna stop hooping. Like, this is what I do. It's harder to find good competition.
Right.
The competition I'm used to, y'all ain't there yet. But
LA Fitness.
I gotta just tone down what I'm about to do, just so we can all be friends, right? So So here comes Ice Cube with this thing, and I'm like, bro, this is smoke. We can smoke every week. Like the NFL once a week. Are you kidding? This is easy work.
Right.
Man, got in this league, man. Got drafted, first round. I don't know, man. I was 40-some years old, 45, getting first round draft pick. That's pretty darn good.
That means you was at the combine showing out.
And let me tell you what happened. I didn't put up not one drill at the combine, bro.
You ain't do
what
nothing.
Happened was I got there late. So I get there late and they already playing. So I was like, man, I got in one drill and it was me and Kwame.
Kwame Brown.
It was Kwame Brown. So me and Kwame were in the big man drill.
Right.
So I come off the drill and like and Kwame, like, you know, it was a one-on-one drill. So he hit the top of the key and it was only like 2 dribbles, right? So he takes 2 dribbles and like kind of like hits him with the shoulder, right?
Big boy.
And this was the first play. Like, man, I haven't warmed up or nothing, right?
Right.
I stopped the play and I said, is this what we doing?
Right.
And everybody looked at me. I said, here comes the smoke.
Right.
I was like, here comes the smoke. I was like, they was like, nah, JYD, nah, JYD. I said, okay. Let me shut up. Let me. So then I went over to the sideline, man. And I just started laughing. It was me, Moochie Norris, Steve Francis, right? So we were all there laughing. So anyways, that drill stopped. They, you know, they ended up ending it, and I was like, I was like, if I go on, I ain't gonna be able to turn off, right? So everybody's leaving, right? So everybody that was trying out, they had them all right there. So now they, Fox 5 is like, oh, we need the captains to do a 3-on-3 like game so that we have some footage to basically promote the league.
Motion, right.
So they was like, Rome, we need you to play with the captains because we need one. Right. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Right.
So it's me, Katino Mobley, and my dog. Oh my gosh, the names is all in my head. Shoot. So it's the whole power team.
Q-Rich,
power team.
Quinn Richardson.
No, not Quinn.
Maggette,
yeah. So me and Corey, Corey, and Kat versus Al Harrington.
Oh, he was killing that first year.
Steven Jackson.
Ooh.
And Ricky Davis. So it's them 3 versus us 3, right?
Right.
I'm guarding Al Harrington. Everybody know Al Harrington is about that smoke.
About all the smoke.
And Steven Jackson.
Yeah, and Jack.
So them 2, we doing, you know, obviously we doing man-man switching that. Like, whoa, we switching that. That's all day.
Right.
And we have watching us Iceman George Gervin.
Right.
Dr. J.
Right.
Rick Mahorn, who gave me my name.
Oh, you in it.
Look.
I mean, dang, you ain't telling Big OG was there.
Hey, see. Gary Payton, the
Right?
glove.
Oh man, you in?
Look, I ain't finished. Charles Oakley,
Oh,
because
this
he
is
was
made
my
for
teammate
you.
in New York. So look, I'm letting you know, like they asking me to play, and
Yeah.
this is what I got on my team, and this is who we going against, and this is all my dogs that are in the bar. They literally barking as I'm entering the court, like no BS, right?
Right.
They check this ball up. And now, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm actually warming up. I'm like, okay, we getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to play serious, right?
Right.
Boy, I hit Al with that jab, shoulder, layup, They was like, don't tell. So it was serious.
Right.
So, yeah, man, that game was lit. They got the footage. Fox owns the footage.
Right.
And yeah, we won. My team won. So
right.
yeah, like
so the
next
big three,
day,
man. The
first
big
round.
three has been taking off, man. Unfortunately, you know, this COVID kind of slowed down some things, but
yeah,
man, I've been a big fan of the big three from day one. I've been following because all my boys playing. Dave Hawkins is my homie. He played in James White. Them all my guys. You know, DJ Big Slim is them all my guys that, you know, I played with them home, and we played in the TBT tournament a couple of years ago. Actually, the year before the Big Three tournament, we played on the same team in the TBT tournament. We lost in the Final Four.
Right.
Long story.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So I appreciate you coming on, man. You have been great, and I just got one final question for you, and I'm sure you a Hoya, so I know you following.
Yeah.
What do we need to get us back to the level of when I was there, we were top 10 program, to the level where you were there? What do you think needs to be done in order for us to get back to that level?
Hey, man, listen. One thing I can say is all the Hoyas, all the former Hoyas and this and that, you know, we got to understand, man, the blueprint was set, right? The blueprint is simply this. When I came in to be a Hoya, I was privileged to be able to play with guys that understood and knew the game.
Right.
Okay. So that means they had to reach back. They had to reach back and bring me in and say, come on, young fella, we're gonna teach you. We're gonna teach you.
Right.
So ever since I stopped playing for the Hoyas, I've gone back and reached and said, yo, young fella, come on, let me help you. Let me show you how this thing works. Let me do whatever it is I need to do for the Hoyas.
Right.
Wasn't for no coaches, wasn't for this or that. It was for, I got a degree that allows me to work and do a lot of things because of an opportunity that somebody gave me.
Right.
And then I had to go to class. I had to do my part, right? But at the end of the day, all the alumni know this.
Right.
And when you say, what do we need to do? That's it. There is nothing else you need to do. Just go in and help the kids that are there.
Right.
Show them. Give them your presence. Go to a game. Go to a practice. If you can still bump with them, bump with them.
Right.
Like I was bumping with Joe Kenjo. I was bumping with the other fella.
Right.
You know, I was bumping with them during summer league.
Right.
At the Kenner. Like I was doing what people did for me. So that's what you can do. If you can't do that, just go to practice. Go do something. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Right.
And if we do that, the team is going to improve. Now, there are other things you can do, but you don't have to do it. You know, that's just how you do it as a Hoya. So when I hear people say this or that, or, you know, they don't understand, man, look, bro, if you help out and you show them, especially as a pro, how to become one, that's how you help the program. Like, just like you just said, you like, Rome, you had me at your house. You didn't even know it. Nah, I didn't.
Nah.
But Where'd you
Several
end up going to
times.
school?
Yeah, and this is several times we did this. Several times I came to the crib. You got the water joint outside and all that, and we just going at it until you say stop, or until whatever. I don't know, until everybody just stop. I have no idea how we stop. Cause you know what? I'm just thinking about, you know how I used to get up there? I used to get up there with Alan Stein. You remember
another name?
Yeah, that's another name. Yeah, and for some reason he was like, "Yeah, Jerome is playing these games, and you know, you want to come?" I'm like, "All right, cool." I was 13, and y'all were all out there, and I just remember, you know, like, you on? All right, come on, you on the court? Y'all throwing me all over the court, but I was like, "All right, get up and keep playing." You know what I'm saying?
Get up and keep playing,
and keep getting at it, you know, and that felt good. I respected that, because it wasn't like, oh, he a little dude on the court, we're gonna take it easy. No, we busting his butt. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
And for me personally, I think some of these kids miss that, man. I think some of these kids miss that. You gotta know what that's like. You gotta know what that feeling is like.
That's right.
Being in a battle where you can't really do nothing.
You can't do nothing. You don't have a clue. Like, how do they know how easy this, bro? Because you thinking about what you gonna do,
right?
But we thinking about, like, bro, we gonna do this, then we gonna do that. Then I'm gonna hit you with this.
Right. We 10 steps ahead of you. Yeah, we 10 steps ahead of you. So, you know, and I do think that's important what you said too about Georgetown basketball. Guys got to get more involved, man. Give back to these kids, myself included. We got to get more involved. We got to be helping these dudes because at the end of the day, we always going to be Hoyas. And that's our school. We alumni. We got degrees from there. That's a part of us. You a junkyard dog. A part of that name came from you being a Hoya. So
absolutely. So like, and like when people start making excuses and saying, well, I can't do this and I need to be a coach and this and that. I'm like, a coach? I like, bro, listen, the gym is open. I used to just call the gym. Hey, yo, what time the kids playing today? Oh, okay, 4:00. Yeah, just make sure I can get in the gym, whatever. Okay, cool. That's it.
But Rome, they see for you, because you're an NBA guy, it was more accessible. That's the thing. It wasn't accessible for most other guys. So that's why people are like, it's hard to get in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what they need to do, we need to keep doing them Zoom calls. Cause I'd be like, yo, I'll call all of y'all. Just let me know when I go, then if I gotta call you and you gotta be like, yo, I'm going to the gym and we gonna all get up in there or whatever we're gonna do.
Right. And it's you know, and the thing about it is, Coach Pat would love that. He'd love to have us on there. I really believe he'd love us have us in there busting up all his squad and giving that feel of what it was like when he was hooping. You know, so I think that's something that, you know, I was looking forward to going back up to the school this summer, but obviously you know how where everything is. But yeah, you know, I think that is something that all of us gotta do. Guys that are playing, even if you're not playing, just come to the gym and chop it up with these youngins and say what's going on.
Chop it up.
You know, so anyway, man, I appreciate you coming on with us, man. This is a great interview. You all about the smoke at all times, 24/8, 366. You are with it all. You know what I'm saying?
With the smoke.
And I love it. You know, so I appreciate you coming on. I wish my man could have came on here with us, but you know, things happen. And it's all love, and we're gonna stay connected. I gotta get you some gear. We got Dog Talk hats coming. We got Dog Talk shirts, black, white, and gray. We doing our thing. We trying to come with it, man, and build up.
Come on, let's get it.
You know, that's so awesome. I appreciate you, brother, and you know, we'll stay in contact.
All right, man. Thank you, bro. And shout out to Freeman, man. Sorry we missed you today, but it's all good now. Dog pound.
Hey, and it's just like that. I think we need to sign off on that. All right, man. I'll holler at you.
All right, man. Talk to you.
Peace.
Dog